Hello and welcome back to the channel. This is a summary of The Gunslinger by Stephen King. The main story takes place in a parallel universe to ours. Roland, the main character, also known as the Gunslinger, exists in a place where the world has moved on. The men in black fled across the desert and the Gunslinger followed. The line that starts the whole series. We meet Roland, who's traveling with his mule, searching for the man in black, also known as Flag and Martin. He comes across a guy named Brown, a farmer with his crow, willing to have a sleepover with Roland. Before they go to bed, Roland tells a story of when he was in Tull. Tull was a small town which Roland went to before the start of the novel, following the man in black. Roland heard in the town of Tull that Flag brought a dead man back to life and left a trap for Roland, which the trap ended up being the town itself. In Tull, the leader of the local church reveals to him that the man in black has impregnated her and has turned her against Roland. She turns the entire town on Roland. In order to escape with his life, Roland is forced to kill every resident of the town. When he wakes up in Brown's house, he finds that his mule's dead, so forcing him to walk through the desert. At the way station, which is a place where people stop to eat and rest when they're on a long trip, I didn't know it, so that's why I explained it, Roland encounters Jake Chambers, who died in his own world, New York City, which, again, parallel universe, when he was pushed in front of a car while walking to school. Jake does not know how long he's been in the way station, nor does he know exactly how he got there. They later meet a demon, and Roland takes the jawbone, so he can't talk anymore. Roland takes Jake under his wing, and they later meet an oracle, which hypnotizes Jake. Roland rescues Jake, Roland talks to the oracle, and learns more about his fate and the path to the Dark Tower. Roland gives Jake the jawbone to keep him entertained while he's gone. When Roland returns, Jake throws away the jawbone. As Jake and Roland head towards a mountain, Jake begins to think of what will later happen to him. Flashback time, one thing leads to another, and Hax, the cook, gets hanged in Roland's town that he grew up in. Roland witnesses the hanging with his father's permission. We learn that Roland was tricked into calling out his teacher, Court, who teaches him how to be a gunslinger, through the treachery of Martin, who's also the man in black, and Flag. Remember that, which leads to him having to fight Court, and surprisingly, he won, fighting his teacher, with the help of his hawk, David. Back to the present time, during the journey on minecarts through the mountain, they are attacked by slow mutants, monstrous creatures that look like this. Yeah, I know. Roland fights them off. Eventually, they find the man in black, and as Jake dangles from the tracks, Roland comes to a big choice: save Jake or pursue the man in black. Roland chooses to follow the man in black. Jake tells Roland whilst hanging, "Go then, there are other worlds than these," and he falls to his death. Roland makes his way down to speak to the man in black. The man in black reads Roland's fate from a pack of tarot cards. Yes, that happens, and no, I have no idea what tarot cards are. But anyway, the tarot cards include such cards as the Sailor, the Prisoner, and the Lady in Shadows. And Death. Remember, those 4 cards are very important for later books. Then Flag says that he is not actually the final boss, which makes Roland think, who is the final boss then? The man in black creates a representation of the universe. He asks Roland to give up his quest. Roland refuses and is made to fall asleep by the man in black. Like Sleeping Beauty, I guess. Finally, our hero is able to rest. Just joking, there are 6 more books, and when he wakes up, 10 years have passed and there's a skeleton next to him, what he assumes to be the man in black. Roland then sits on the edge of the Western Sea while contemplating the 3 tarot cards, which will actually become real people and are forced to actually help him on his quest: the Prisoner, the Lady in the Shadows, and Death. I hope you enjoyed this summary of The Gunslinger. If you want to hear more books, then just let me know in the comment. Thanks for listening, and see you next time.